Hi everyone, myself Manisha Kumari, and in this video I'll be explaining about Sales Management System project. For building Sales Management System project, I have used the technologies Django technology, which is a Python framework, and Python programming language as backend. For front end, I have used HTML, CSS, Django templates. HTTP methods I have used for handling form submission. The method I have used is post method and get method. To store the data, I have used database MySQL, and to write all these information, PyCharm community I have used. So let's get into the project structure in which firstly it asks for the login page in which user has to write their username as well as password. If these data matches with the data present in the MySQL, after clicking on the login, by sending post request, it will redirect to home page. If it doesn't match, it will render to the login page itself. If user is a new user, then they can register themselves by clicking on the register page and by clicking on the register button and visiting the register page. In register page, they have to write all the information username, email, password, and confirming their password. In this, email should be unique. If email exists, it will throw a message by saying email already exists. So after clicking on the register button, it will redirect to home page. Sorry. After clicking on the register button, it will redirect to the login page only if email is unique. If email already exists, then it will render to the register page itself. After redirecting to login and user after logging in, the login page will redirect to home page. So home page contains an app bar which has home page, employee data, student data, add student and a logout. So employee data will have all the employee details including admin, and this employee data it will be shown only for the admin person. Salesperson can't view the employee data, and adding student can be done by both admin as well as salesperson. So once they click on the add student button, that will redirect to the student data page, and all the information of the student will be stored in the student data page. So to do any modification in the student, doing any updating or deleting, that can be done only by admin person. If the role is admin, only they can update or delete particular student data. So in okay, particular student data. So I can say that admin has all the permissions of doing all the operations, CRUD operations, and salesperson can only add the student data and they can view the student data that they have added. This is about student data. And once we click on the logout button, it will redirect to the login page. So now let me show how the code looks like for this project. This is the project. This is the code of the project. In this, in a folder, we have to create a Python file naming views, and in views file only we have to write all the functions. So my project is function based views. All the logic I have written in function. I'm using the authenticate function, and I'm checking. Okay, I'm using the authenticate function for username and password. If both matches, then only it will redirect to home page. Else it will render to the same login page itself. Similarly, for register, in register page, I'm checking if email is exist. I mean, if email exists, then through a message by saying email already exists, please try again, and will render to same register page itself. Else, if all the data given and everything is matching, then it will redirect to login page. So for adding new student, let me explain in a HTML page. So in a adding new student, I am saying that if user role is admin, if the user role is admin, then show all the users. Here user is nothing but all the salesperson in a drop down list. In a drop down list, it will be shown in the admin page. Else, if user is salesperson, then show their user ID and the student that they have added. So this is about adding student data, and for updating, I'm giving the condition that if the user role is admin, then only you show these two buttons, that is update button as well as delete button in the student data page. In the student data page. In update, for updating, whenever we click the update button, it will render to add.html. I mean, it will render to the add student data page, and from there we will update it. For deleting, it will redirect to the student list only. That is, it will redirect to student data itself. From there only we can delete it. Now, these information, that is, all these data, it is storing in the database. So we can connect database to Python. We can connect the database to the Django itself by by writing the code in models.py. So I have created here student class, which is the table name, and all these variable names are nothing but the fields added by name, email. All these are the fields in the table. Student data information will be stored in the in the MySQL from Python itself. So let me now run the program and show you how my project looks. So I'm coming out of my folder path, and I'm activating the environment. After activating, I'll enter into my project. After entering, let's run the server. So this is the default URL. So after clicking on this, you can see it is asking me to log in. Let's log in by giving a new name that is not stored in the database. Let's give the name Satya and some random password. When I log in, it is giving a message that username and password does not match. That means we have to register. Now let's register ourselves by giving the name Satya. So in this, I'm restricting. If the email is not unique, then if the email is existing, I mean, if the email exists, then it has to throw some error by saying email already exists. So this email is already existing in the database. Signing up. See, email already exists. Email already exists. Please try again. So now let's give a proper data. After clicking on the sign up, this will redirect to login page. So from login page, we can and it will redirect to home page. Now since by default, whenever a user is registering themselves, by default their role will be by default their role will be sales. So here Satya is a salesperson, and you can see in a nav bar we don't have option of employee data. Also in student data, only those student data will be shown whosoever Satya has added. So now let's add a new data. So after adding student data, the add new student data, this will redirect to the student data page. And here you can see the student is added successfully. Now let's check whether in the database this detail is added or not. Sorry, whether in the database this data is added or not. Here this customer user is nothing but it will show the salesperson detail, and here you can see that Satya is added. The sales person is added. Now let's check whether the student added by Satya is added in the database or not. Yes, it is successfully added Akhil and those details. Now let us visit this page by giving the admin's data. The logout button, it will redirect to login page, and from here I'll be giving login through admin's page, and this is the admin page. And here you can see in the nav bar employee data, employee data option is present, and this employee data contains all the employee details. Now recently Satya I have added and his role is sales. In student data you can also see that all the student data, uh, all the student data with their coordinator names are present. That is, Satya has added a student named Akhil. Now in this update and see, here state name, let's change to the Karnataka. So whenever we click the update button, it will redirect to the add student data page, add student page, and from here we can update the student. So hence this is updated. This is all about my project. Thanks for watching.